Rise, grind, shine, peace and blessings. It's a new day, and you're now listening to Curtis Rice at Born Royal 86. But when it comes to traveling, it don't matter how early I start packing. It's not the same as packing last minute. Like when I start packing too early, I end up bringing too many things. Like for some reason, when I got up super early this morning, I had to go through and make sure I had everything situated. And I end up having like 5 iPhone chargers, stuff like that. But that's what I do when I pack too early. I had to go through it and take a few chargers away. I still ended up bringing 5 iPhone chargers, but I mean, you never know what's gonna happen though. You know how it is. Sometimes you have a charger and one of them mess up and you gotta have a backup, and nothing worse than messing up your last iPhone charger and you end up spending $20 for one or something like that. So I just brought all 5 of them. So, just me being overly prepared. I've been up since the 5 o'clock hour, rode with the kids on the way to school before I went to the airport. My baby boy is straightforward. When he found out I was going out of town last week, every single day he been telling me bye. Just every day, no matter what, just bye. I'm like, I'm not even gone yet. He like, bye. My oldest son, he growing overnight. We was eye to eye 2 weeks ago. I got out the car this morning to give him a hug before he went to school, and he had the nerve to lay his head on top of mine, like I'm the little man or something. Shit fucked me up. I can't lie. Like that was different. Time is flying. That's all I can say. Just time is flying. I talked to my nephew as well in the morning just to check their attitudes and see what type of stuff they on, because in the morning time when they get up too early or they haven't eaten yet, their attitudes be on full throttle. Y'all gotta chill out, man. Y'all can't just be pissed off at the world. They ain't even start yet. When they get through eating, they just forgot what they had an attitude about. I ended up going to the airport about 3 hours early. Previously, I had to take everything out the bag and put it in a separate tote. I had to take my shoes off, put it in another. Today was different. They was like, nah, just put everything in the tote, keep it moving. It took me 1 minute and 32 seconds to get through TSA. I ain't ever been through TSA that fast. Now I got an extra 2 hours and 59 minutes, 28 seconds left. So I head over to the gate so I can post up by myself. And this is one of my biggest pet peeves. For example, you know how when you parking in an empty parking lot, no other spaces, just you. And then out the blue, here come another car out of no damn where, parked right beside you. Like you don't see all this extra space around here. You just park beside me. That's kind of what happened this morning, but it was a little different. I was sitting at the gate in the cut. Then all of a sudden, I see these wheels about to roll over my foot. Remind you, they had all the room in the damn world just to go around. So I look up, and when I tell you it was a heap is a large amount in case you was wondering, but a whole heap of wheelchairs appeared right in front of me, and they all on cell phones, coughing in unison. I'm like, what the hell is going on? And this one guy come and sit right beside me. He got this wet ass cough, sounding like he's starting a lawnmower, but he just wouldn't stop. And to make it worse, I'm fasting at the time. So the ringleader of the bunch, he comes around with this, he gotta be the biggest cup I ever seen in fast food history. And he's gulping super loud, and his gulp has this echo. Like every second he's just like over exaggerated, like worse than the Sprite commercials. I made it through the morning. I'm not thinking about food, nothing. Then on top of that, he had a family-sized bag of chips. No BS. He ate down to the bottom of the bag in less than a minute. Then he folds the bag up and handed it to the lady in the other wheelchair, like, hold this for later. At this point, I just got up and went for a walk. I'm doing great with the fasting, and I'm gonna keep it up. When I made it to the destination, I got an Uber. My Uber driver wanted to call me Citrus so bad for some reason. I don't know why. But her English was kind of spotty, so I was doing my best to communicate with her. She was pretty cool. Every time I said something, she just smiled and just said, yes, yes. So I just sat back until I got where I needed to go. She had all this padding on the covers and the seats like she was transporting poodles or something. She was cool. I gave her all the stars that she needed for the Uber app and all that, because she actually came through. Like one time I got an Uber, they accepted, pulled up on me and canceled. I think it was my old profile picture or something like that. But ever since then, a smile on your profile picture changes the game. Pickup rate been solid ever since, but whatever. Finally get to my room, and I'm real picky about hotels because the pictures don't always match the scene. And I was already a little nervous and stuff like that because all like hotels just be switching it up. Like you never know what you get until you get there. But it was already covered by business, so I wasn't even tripping. So the first floor smelled like piss, and I'm on the second floor, which smells like well-lit candles. So I'm not sure what kind of marketing that is. They ain't got nothing to do with me. I got a stove, microwave, and a fridge in this bitch. So, whatever. I'm on 2 cups of coffee, by the way, so I'll be wrapping this up soon. Being away on business is bittersweet because I miss my family. Think about them all the time. FaceTime helps, but it's not the same. I talk to my boys, see how they doing, which is always good that they say, until I find out completely different later. They tell me everything they had for lunch. They remember that like the back of their hand. Everything else other than recess is a blur. Having younger kids and older kids is a trip because that boss battle comes back to kick your ass in a major way. And that boss battle is math. It's not the same math that I remember. This is a little different. It's like you can't just solve it and leave it alone. You got to explain why you use each number. Like you damn near got to write an essay to solve a math problem. My youngest son, I go through his math, put this here, put that there, done. Feeling great about that. My oldest son's math, it's not the same. They act like they trying to solve time travel or something. And I pulled one of his moves and looked the other way like I don't see the paper, like I'm ignoring what he talking about. I retired from math quite some time ago, but we're in a different time though. Everything is different. You got to show your work for your work. I'm hyped up on all this caffeine right now, but it's been a long day. Being away on business is a reminder. I'm grateful that it's not those earlier times with them old phones that doesn't have the technology that we do have today. Got to keep pushing, got to keep moving, no matter what. Made it safe, made it alive and healthy. I'm grateful for that. Get off here soon, lock in, get my mind right, and stay focused. Hopefully I'll come down off of this coffee in a couple hours or in the morning, whatever works. But I couldn't pass it up though. It was just right there in the lobby. And they had the French vanilla. Man, come on. And shout out to nephew too. He already know the right essentials to go into the coffee, start the day. Starts the day off right. Nephew came with a whole bag of French vanilla for the coffee the other day. I'm like, look at you, nephew. I appreciate that. He came through for me. That's love right there. Let me get up off here though. Talking about coffee. It's a different vibe, different city. The heat is crazy. That's one thing about it. One thing I notice about when I go to a different city, the main things that I always pay attention to is the traffic, how far all the food places are from the room, and the stars. What I notice is the places that I like, for some reason, all the ratings are similar. Like I never knew. It's almost like people got a vendetta with Panda Express. I don't know what's going on with it. I thought it was cool, but every time I go out of town, it always has 2 stars. Now Taco Bell, that's a different thing. Now, I had my own issue with Taco Bell in the hometown, found some plastic in my burrito and I was pissed off. And what made it even worse was when I talked to the people, the owners of the establishment, she had the nerve to offer me some Kentucky Fried Chicken as if that would suffice. If you know, you know, but that ain't gonna cut it. And at the time, I was going through my vegetarian journey, so that was insulting more than anything else. It's like, you gonna offer me some damn chicken? But you pulled a page out that book, you know you did. But I noticed out of town, them ratings be super low. So I look at Panda Express, 2 stars. Taco Bell, how can you get a 1.2? You didn't even get a half a star. You just got 1.2. Them cheesy rice and bean burritos be coming through though. I ain't gonna front. That's one thing I'm not gonna do is front. Just hold the plastic. Like I don't want no plastic. This would really set it off. So they give me a hard time about me finding plastic in my food. But then I see online this guy got a $5 million lawsuit because they ain't put enough toppings on his crunch wrap. You got me all the way fucked up. If you don't think that my situation outweighed that, like y'all tripping. But I never go back to that location though. That's one thing for certain. It's a new day. I'm up. Hold up. Just a second. I done messed up. I caught myself trying to skip the coffee this morning, but then I ended up having my first cup on the plane. And then it came with them snacks. And it came right on time too, because it was after my window. I mean, it wasn't a whole bag of chips, but them pretzels came through right on time. While I'm here on business, I'm gonna check out the scene, see what's going on. I don't know. I say I'm gonna check out the scene, but then again, I know me. I don't really mess around like that. But I might get out. Who knows? Ain't no telling what's gonna happen. Everything that's happening is happening for a reason. I'm grateful for it. Just letting it flow. This particular trip allowed me to let go and not be so hell bent on controlling everything. It's a process. Business as usual. One thing I'm gonna do, anywhere I go, I'm setting up a desk. It don't matter where I'm at. I'm setting up my creative spaces so I can get all my ideas flowing and keep everything pushing. And that's one thing I'm looking forward to though. This episode might not have came out at the time that I normally put them out, but one thing I wasn't gonna do is let this day pass and not do something. I didn't have the same setup, of course, but not making that excuse. Still pushing, still making it happen. Greatness is ageless.